Hi, hello. It's me, Linda Lavin.
And me, Billy Stritch.
We're back. I just feel so happy today. I'm giggly.
What is today?
Today is
Hump Day.
I was anticipating that. That's why I was laughing, I think, already.
Because you already knew I was going to
I'd love
say
to hear
it.
you do that.
I know, right?
It's Hump Day, it's Wednesday, and it's Matinee Day with Billy and Linda. We're so happy to be here, excited. We have a whole bunch of new songs for you. We decided to do a show about dancing.
Dancing.
All the songs we could remember about dancing and dance and...
Sure.
So we'll do them for you, but first we'll do our little introductory song, you know.
Anyone can see we're good together. We're a perfect match. Everything we do together. When you itch, I scratch. You know what's mine is yours, and riches are in rags. You have my guarantee. And if you take a trip, don't take a trip.
I won't take
Who's carrying your bags? You'll see. It's me.
When it comes to tried and true companions, we're the best of all. Nothing in this world can separate us. When you trip, I fall. What would we do without each other?
When you sleep, I snore.
And that's what the very best of friends are for. That's what we are.
I like that.
We're the best of friends. We live in the same building, Billy and I. Those of you who have been with us all these weeks, and this is our 10th week, by the way.
It is.
Our 10th show in 10 weeks in this pandemic. And we can do it because we live in the same building. We are quarantined in our own apartments separately. We are not a couple. We are the brother and sister that he is the brother I never had. Let's put it that way. And I get to sing with Billy Stritch playing for me. So
sing something.
So I'll sing something that is about dancing. Bad news, go away, come back someday, in March or May. I can't be bothered now. My stocks and shares may fall downstairs. Who cares? Who cares? I'm dancing and I can't be bothered now. I'm up among the stars, the lonely things I frown. I'm throwing off the bars that let me down. I'll pay the piper when times are riper. Just now I shan't, because you see I'm dancing and I can't be bothered now. Shall we dance? Keep on moping. Shall we dance and walk on air? Shall we give in to despair? Or shall we dance with never a care? Life is short, we're growing older, don't you be? And also ran, you better dance, little lady, dance, little man, dance whenever you can. I'm up above the stars, on earthly things I frown. I'm throwing off the bars that held me down. I'll pay the piper when times are riper. Just now I can't, because you see I'm dancing and I can't be bothered now. Be bothered now. Don't bother me now. So, shall we dance?
Yay!
Well, I finished it.
That was a good opener. Do you feel like you were
It's a good
shot out of a
opener.
cannon or
I
something
do,
like that?
I do.
Give us a lot.
That's in ragtime, right? Well,
Well, it's a little bit of raggy
Wow,
time.
that's so fun.
Two Gershwin songs. You know what that song brings up for me?
Tell me.
Must you dance every dance with the same fortunate man. You have danced with him since the music began. Won't you change partners and dance with me? Must you dance quite so close, with your lips touching his face? Can you see I'm longing to be in his place? Won't you change partners and dance with me? Ask him to sit this one out, and while you're alone, I'll ask the waiter to tell him he's wanted on the telephone. You've been locked in his arms ever since heaven knows when. Won't you change partners, and then you may never want to change partners. Now, isn't that a dirty trick? You know, I sing that song again. I sing that part about asking. Now, here's my favorite part. All right, yeah. So ask your boyfriend who's taking you out on this beautiful date.
Right.
Honey, I'm gonna excuse myself and go to the ladies' room.
Freshen up.
And then go freshen up. Then the guy I'm gonna meet is gonna tell the waiter to go tell him.
No, but she doesn't know. This guy is a cad.
No, she's saying ask him to sit this one out, and while you're alone, so she's complicit.
He's written the note. She has not complied with this yet.
I choose to think that they're.
He's
okay.
a rat.
Can I finish what I was going to say? I'll ask the waiter to page him. Paging Mr. Schlemiel. You've got a phone call, and then while he goes to get the phone call, this guy's going to sneak in and like steal you away, and it's
well, you know what? Maybe he's saving her from something that isn't a very good situation.
Oh.
Either that, or it's going to be a miserable relationship.
It's not a.
Because
it's not a good foundation.
It's not a good foundation.
No, I don't
not a
think
good
so
way.
either.
Let's talk about something
trick.
else.
Okay.
Let's do something Rogers and Hart now.
But let's talk about things first. Let's talk about.
Want to do some announcements?
I do.
Good time to do some announcements.
housekeeping.
Do that piano thing for the announcements. Good evening, ladies and germs. I want very much to tell you about the new concert.
Oh, yeah.
Repeated every Thursday night for your viewing and listening pleasure. And it is called Billy's Place, and it's the fabulous Billy Stritch. He will be in his apartment at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, Thursday nights, and you know he will be playing the most romantic, exciting, sexy, thrilling, jazzy music on his piano, and he'll be singing. And what's
you
your
know what it is tomorrow? Tomorrow is a tribute to Peggy Lee.
Because
yesterday was Peggy Lee's 100th birthday.
So today she would have been 100
101
day.
And tomorrow she'll be 102 days. So I'm doing, it's all Peggy Lee, songs she wrote, songs she recorded. I've got a nice show set.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, it's on my Facebook page.
So tomorrow night, you'll watch Billy's Place.
That's right.
And while you're watching, you can, actually today, you can, this will be the sites for donations for the pianist, singer, Billy Stritch. And you can go on Venmo at Billy-Stritch. And you can go on PayPal, billystritch@yahoo.com.
It's bstritch@yahoo.com.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. It's bstritch@yahoo.com.
I don't want another Billy Stritch to get it.
I get nervous with announcements. I'm not a public speaker.
I understand.
But this would be, this would be the virtual tip jar. If you were in a club, you would throw maybe $100 in to this jar every time you hear the song you want to hear.
Or 20 or whatever.
So whatever you want,
if
you are so moved. Because Billy gives great concerts, and he's doing this one with me today, but he'll do his own tomorrow night. I can only play 3 songs on the piano, so I can't do my own concert yet.
But
I'm taking piano lessons. 9hugs.org. I just heard about this organization this morning on NY1. This is an organization, folks, that are making meals. It's a small outfit, and it's in Queens, won't you consider making a donation so that this concert is done in honor of them and the meals that they're bringing to people who are homebound and who are suffering. So it's called 9hugs.org. It's a bunch of young people. It's a small outfit. They could use your contributions.
And you know what's great about this?
Oh, tell about this.
Is that every donation you make to 9hugs will be matched equally by the Scottish American Foundation.
So if you could throw in a few bucks, that'll be doubled by the Scottish American Foundation, and you'll help people to get fed. And you know, we are all in this together, but very separate, many of us. So we thank you very much for your attention to those details, and we're very happy you're with us today. We are expanding our audience. Last week we had legions of hundreds and thousands of people, and so it's really thrilling that we can do this and hope that you're there and then find out later that you were. It's okay, I'm going to shut up now and sing a song I love so much.
It's very wonderful to know that we're having viewers not only right now, but during the week, because it's archived on your Facebook page.
Right, I have a new Facebook page.
And you have a YouTube page as well.
I got my own YouTube page. That's and it's all called Linda Lavin Official.
Yeah, and all the shows we've done are there. You can see everything we've done. This is our 10th. Can you believe our 10th? And Linda had this great idea to do songs about dance today, so that's a lot of great songs.
I love the dance. I love to dance. I'm not a dancer, but I took dancing lessons as a kid. And so when I started in Broadway musicals, you had to be able to move at least when you were a singer, which is what I was and am. But as a young person, when I came to New York, I could go to chorus calls, and they always made you sing, and then they brought you back if they liked you for a second call and a final call, and then they asked you to dance, and they'd give you a choreography that was horrifying. You know, I just like to dance like this. I didn't know I had to actually follow an instruction, but if you did something worthy of what looked like movement, you got the job. So I got the job one day in a musical, in my first musical in the chorus, and it was because I could move. So I love dancing, and I love all the songs that have been written about dancing, and there are many of them.
So many.
So here's one. It's a beauty, Rogers and Art. The world is lyrical because a miracle has brought my lover to me. Though he's not in this place, his face I see. At night I creep in bed, never sleep in bed, just look above in the air. And to my greatest joy, my boy is there. He's my prince who walks into my dreams and talks. He dances overhead on the ceiling near my bed, in my sight through the night. I try to hide in vain underneath my counterpane. There's my love up above. I whisper, go away, my lover, it's not fair. But I'm so grateful to discover he's still there. I love my ceiling more since it is a dancing floor just for my love.
That's a good one.
A beautiful
Beautifully
song.
done. I love that verse too. I really didn't know the verse until I looked it up. I had this. Luckily, I had this Rodgers and Hart, this old-fashioned Rodgers and Hart songbook, which is so great. I've had it since I was a kid.
It's a treasure.
And it's got these great old kind of mid-century illustrations, beautiful.
Yes.
Look, little cartoons and stuff. It's great. And it had the verse, so
I'm
that was
so
good.
glad.
I know. Weren't we lucky?
Yeah, we're lucky.
We're lucky, right?
We're very lucky. We're lucky that we grew up with this music and that you have this book. We have this book too. It's very familiar to me.
Yeah.
It's a national treasure, this book, as is all these.
And I learned something new this morning because all these years that I thought that a counterpane, I just assumed it was like a pane of glass, you know, like a part of the window.
So,
and it's not.
It's not. So I looked it up. I try to hide in vain, she says, underneath my counterpane. And the definition of counterpane is bedspread.
Who knew?
But there's a second definition.
Oh, yeah?
It's an eccentric person who can do you harm or cause trouble to your life. So she hides underneath her counterpane. I'm not sure which.
Is that like the counterpane in chief or something? I don't know. Yeah, an eccentric person that can ruin your life. Maybe.
Well, that's the second definition, which is strange.
Yeah.
I think one is enough. I think she's hiding under her
I feel like she's
bedspread.
under the bedspread.
The image is clear.
It's clear. I know.
Why somebody thought of another definition for counterpane? I don't. It's probably from the Latin, panic, perhaps.
Oh, there you
Linguistic.
go. The Latin for pain is panic.
Maybe.
Or panacea.
Or pandemic.
Oh, well, there you go. Oh, we'll see
Wow.
how it all comes back.
Okay, then.
It's good. All right. So more dance songs, I think, are in order.
All
right?
dance songs today.
Yep. This is a bunch of, so it's a medley.
Is this our medley?
It's a medley.
All right,
I'm looking at all this.
Here we go.
The first song and the third song are Irving Berlin. Second song is Jerome Kern. Okay.
Excellent.
Just wanted to say that.
Peppy, hope you like it. It only happens when I dance with you. That trip to heaven till the dance is through. With no one else do the heavens seem quite so near. Why does it happen, dear? Only with you. Two cheeks together could be so divine, but only when those cheeks are yours and mine. I've danced with dozens of others the whole night through, but the thrill that comes with spring when anything can happen, it only happens with you.
I won't dance.
What?
Don't ask me. I won't dance.
Why?
Don't ask me. I won't dance. Mad I'm with you. My heart won't let me do the things it should do. You know what?
What?
You're lovely.
So what? I'm lovely.
Oh, what you do to me. I'm like an ocean wave that's bumped on the shore.
Nice.
I feel so absolutely stumped on the floor.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. I'd like to feel the happiness I see.
medley.
We made a medley.
We did.
We did.
Dancey songs, right?
Oh God, they're great. People
much fun.
love to write about dancing, and you know how many images of heaven are in these lyrics. It's
Sure.
really interesting
Yeah.
about being in heaven when you're dancing. So
Yeah.
I guess that's why we love to dance. We're transported. All earthly things we give up. He sings, "I'm up among the stars." Oh well, you
That's
heard
right.
them. I don't have to repeat them.
No, it's good though.
But it's fun to really get into these lyrics and understand why you're singing them and what you mean when you sing them.
That's right.
And I love the fact that you and I sat down yesterday or the day before and came up with these songs. We improvised these songs and we made a medley. It's like, oh, look, I made a cake.
A little.
But
I
this
made a
is-
hat.
I made a hat.
There you go. Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like they tell a little story, which I love. I
it's
like
true.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love these are all, as you know, these are all by the great American songwriters.
That's right.
George Gershwin, Irving Berlin. I Won't Dance is Jerome Kern. Now you just told me before we went live where you had first seen this song performed in a movie, right? I Won't Dance.
I Won't
Was it-
Dance. Yes,
was it
I
I
told
Won't
him
Dance?
that. No, I told him that, and he argued with me. That's right.
Because I didn't know.
Because he didn't know, but he thought, I said, when I first heard I Won't Dance, it was Van Johnson.
And I was like, no, it was Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers.
But I remember being a kid, a little girl, and falling in love with Van Johnson, and it was I Won't Dance. And
That's
then you looked it up,
I
and it
looked
was
it up.
from, not Words and Music, but
It's from, the one, Till the Clouds
Till
Roll
the
By.
Clouds Roll By.
The Jerome Kern, Till the Clouds Roll By.
I
Yeah.
I had the biggest crush on that man, Van Johnson, and I
And he-
couldn't remember how to say his name. I remember waking up saying, I love John Vanson.
John,
I was about 5.
John Vanson.
John Vanson, and the payoff of this story, many payoffs to this story about loving him was watching him and the work that he did in movies and how attractive and simple and sweet he was that I got to do the national company of On a Clear Day You Can See Forever with Van Johnson.
I know you did.
You know that,
Oh, my
because I was in
God.
Houston.
You were
where
in
he grew
Houston. A
up.
dear friend of mine, Rob Landis, was, I think, rehearsal pianist for that.
Wow.
I did not see you. That I would have been a little on the young side,
You would have
maybe
been
to have seen
yeah,
that. I wish I would. And Van Johnson, you said he was adorable.
He was
with you,
the
right?
loveliest person. He was lovely. And here was my childhood crush. And I was co-starring in a show with him. And he was gentle and smart and funny. He's very funny.
Sure.
Very
sure.
funny, ironic, and a darling, a wonderful man. So dreams come true, kids.
Look how your life has taken you in that.
My
in those
life has
journeys.
been a great
It's
life.
So good. I mean, when I think of these great songs, I have to say that it makes me think of, Linda and I have some very favorite performers and artists and people that we love very
Yes.
much. And there's one lady in particular that I just want to give a shout out to because I think she might be watching today.
I hope so.
And-
Bijie Adair, I'm as word how to say it.
No, Bijie, yeah. Bijie Adair, who's like one of the most magnificent pianists that you'll ever hear. And she has performed all of these songs. I feel every single one on different albums. She has so many great recordings.
I'll tell you something, this woman, I don't know that she knows this about, she doesn't because I never met her to tell her, but I spend days and nights with her.
Yeah.
I've listened to her all day long through Pandora or any of the music sites. I don't know, Steve puts on the Bluetooth and I listen to Bijie Adair, who's come into my life in the last few years. And Billy, I know you know her.
I do.
And she's an extraordinary pianist, everybody. Look her up and listen to her. Your life will be transported by the way she hears these songs, by the way she interprets them with a lightness and a sexiness and a zest and a passion. She's remarkable. I hope she's watching because we want to dedicate this next song to her.
Yeah, her and her partner, or her manager and her assistant and her singing partner, our friend Monica Ramey. They are a wonderful team.
I hope I get to meet you someday.
Yes. The day I was leaving Palm Springs on March 12th, after my very last gig out of town, I love Palm Springs and it had been such wonderful weather, but that day it was like pouring rain, so I wasn't so sad about leaving. But I put on Bijie Adair's recording of We'll Be Together Again.
Oh, you wrote me about this.
And I posted it on Instagram, just a little bit of Bijie and this little scene of all the rain. I said something like, bye Palm Springs, I love you, but we'll be together again. And I just remember because it was the last trip I took before I didn't take trips anymore.
Oh, that's right, before
There's
all
that.
this happened.
I mean, I didn't want to get maudlin about
That's
it.
okay, because but now Bijou knows how much she's in us and with us, and
That's
how
right.
much we want the world to continue to know her and be pleasured by her beautiful musicianship.
That's right. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For all you do if you're watching.
I'm going to do a medley
Please.
of 2 songs that I know she has recorded both of these songs. And this is a medley that I put together years ago and recorded it on my very first album. I don't even want to say how long ago that was, but it's 2 great songs. I'm going to get this wrong. They're both from around the same year, the early 40s. One was from a Fred Astaire movie with Rita Hayworth called You Were Never Lovelier. And the other song, the first song, was in a film called Ziegfeld Girl with Judy Garland and Lana Turner and Hedy Lamarr. And it was sung all through the film by Tony Martin. So it's a medley of 2 dream songs. Stepped out of a dream. You are too wonderful to be what you seem. Could there be eyes like yours? Could there be lips like yours? That's for you, BG.
Oh, Billy, that was magnificent.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that evolved because you were sitting at the piano one day.
Yes. And I always loved Dream Dancing, Cole
Yeah.
Porter. I mean, it's such a great
Yeah.
melody. I mean, boy, he wrote melodies and you can't always tell where they go, and they're just like so original and so wonderful. And, you know, just not the simplest. You know, he wrote simple melodies, of course. You know, another open, another show. That's pretty simple.
Yeah.
But boy, he could write complex, beautiful songs.
Gorgeous.
And so that's what attracted me to that song was the melody.
Yeah.
And then I dug into the lyric. And then I remember You Stepped Out of a Dream, another great song that with a melody that takes you all over the place.
All over the place.
Yeah, so
But
combining them was fun, you know.
It's amazing where the mind goes so that songs become a continuation of a thought or the answer to a question or
Right.
a one-person conversation.
Sure,
I love that.
I know. You and I do the same thing. We're
I
just
know.
like, where does it take us? And that's where it takes us.
On that note,
On that note,
we have this beautiful couple of songs that I'd like to do now.
more dance songs, right?
Yeah, dance songs. Amazing, right? You know, if you have more in mind, and if we continue to do these concerts, please write to us and tell us if we missed something you'd like to hear. But we've tapped into some really remarkable songs, and I'm proud of us and happy we could do this. So this is a particularly beautiful song that I learned by listening to Blossom Dearie, and I'd love to do it with you and see if it turns into a conversation.
Maybe so.
Okay. Comden and Green, Julie Stein. Dance, dance, only with me, near your heart. Dance, dance, cling close to me, never to part. Love only me, all of our days from now on. Dance only with me, till all our sweet music is gone. There may be trouble ahead, but while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and dance. Before the fiddlers have fled, before they ask us to pay the bill, while we still have a chance, let's face the music and dance. We'll be without the moon, humming a different tune, and then there may be teardrops to shed, but while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and
I love that first song, Dance Only With Me.
God,
That's
gorgeous song.
gorgeous.
Julie
yes.
Stein and the Compton and Green team
Yes.
wrote the lyric to that. Beautiful.
Yeah, right.
And those, boy, the harmonies in that song are just,
Yeah.
they're very sexy, very unusual, very
Really good.
thrilling.
That was a nice little
You
journey.
played that beautifully.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. This has been fun. We could do a whole nother hour of dance stuff, right?
Yeah, we could, but I'm exhausted. So
I'm
I'm going to make another announcement.
All right.
9 Hugs, folks, 9hugs.org. Think about if you want to make a donation at this time. We all want to do something. You know, we all want to do something to make it go away, to make people feel better. And this is perhaps an opportunity for you all and for us to help this group. 9hugs.org.
That's right.
They're making food for people.
That's
and
right.
And then here's somebody who makes musical food for people. This is Billy Stritch at Billy's Place tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on Billy's Facebook page. Yes?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, on his Facebook
Billy
page.
Stritch, plain old Billy Stritch.
And then for today, you know, we have to support our artists. Venmo at Billy.Stritch and PayPal bstritch@yahoo.com. Put a little something in his tip jar,
Thank you
folks.
very much.
I know you would do that if you were in a club. Thank you all for being here. We've got a song that we're going to end with, a very exciting uptune that comes from my beautiful new latest album called Love Notes. Can you see it? And here it is, a beautiful album put out by Club 44 Records. It's got fantastic songs on it. Happy songs, romantic songs, love songs, Brazilian songs, Steely Dan songs, Great American Songbook songs. And it's called Love Notes because that's who we are.
I like that.
So you can get it on Spotify and YouTube, what are those other places?
Everywhere you can finally
Amazon.
stream it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can
Everywhere
order
you
on
can stream
Amazon. It may take a while to get here because Amazon, everything's going slow in the mail.
So it's not Spotify. It's the other. That's one of
Pandora,
them. Pandora, Apple Music,
iTunes,
That was the one I was
right.
trying to think of.
All of those.
So you can stream it and you can buy it and you can have it physically because people are writing me that they've got the physical album.
It's a nice
So it does
package.
arrive and it's a beautiful package.
Yeah.
So we're going to sing this song. This is a Bobby Short medley.
Yeah.
Because you know, those of you who have watched us, how much we loved Bobby Short and still continue to love him.
We do.
And pay homage to him with this little medley.
Yes. Thanks for watching. This has been so fun.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Have a good week, everybody.
We're going to play the track of the album.
Yeah.
That's going to be what you hear in the background.
With a nice band.
Have a good week, as
Okay, here
Billy
we go.
says, and connect. Call each other.
Right.
Thanks for being with us.
Okay. Here we go.
If my brain is simply uncanny, when I'm in a spot, it's true. I always know what to do. It's because my clever old granny knew oh such a lot. She was older than God, so it doesn't seem odd that granny knew oh such a lot. To ready me and steady me for the battle of men and mice. Each night grandmummy would pat on my tummy and give me this good advice. This perfect advice. Orchestra kids. Bad times may follow your tracks. Sad times may bar you from sax. At times when Satan in slacks breaks down your self-control. Maybe, as often it goes, your A.B. may tire of his rose. Well, baby, this rule I propose, always have an ace in the hole.
If you want to ring the bell, not once but twice. If you want to roll those lucky dice. If you want to spend your journey's end with sweet music and love. If you want to lick this world of men and Mickey Mice, take my advice. When you wake up one day, look over yourself and say you're very good. Rap tap on wood. When you have such success, you're conscious that you impress the neighborhood. Rap tap on wood. When every meal you take is made of milk and honey. When every stock you stake is making mint some money. When every heart you break is such a cinch, it's funny. Careful, sonny. Rap tap, rap tap, rap tap, 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 tap. Your knockout yoga news and you'll never ever lose if you just put on your dancing shoes. Rap tap on wood. Yeah.
Bad times may follow your tracks. Sad times may bar you from sacks.
I like it.
Yeah. At times when Satan enslacks, breaks down your self-control. Maybe, as often it goes,
Your AB may tire of his rose. Well, baby, this rule I propose.
always have an ace. Always have an ace.
Always, always have an ace in the hole. Rap tap on wood.
Yeah!
Thank you very much. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.
Be
Love you.
well.
Thanks for
Thank
watching.
you for being with us.